Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Chris Allen with your weather podcast for this April 3rd. It is a Tuesday morning, 4:54 a.m. Central Time. By the way, that date, April 3rd, 44 years ago today, one of the worst outbreaks of tornadoes in American history. I was 12 at the time. Scared me to death. April 3rd and into the morning of April 4th, 1974. I was in my grandparents' basement hearing all of it and thankfully getting through it without much of an issue where we lived, but it came close. And this is when I was growing up around White House, Tennessee, and we did have a few of those tornadoes kind of skimmed by. Not the worst of the tornadoes, they were further east. But we were part of that entire outbreak. Some 148 tornadoes that day from pretty much the Canadian border all the way down to the Gulf Coast. It was a day that up until 2011 was the worst outbreak in history. And one that I will not forget. It actually scared me so badly that I decided to get into weather. At that point, I'd been just terribly afraid of storms and tornadoes. I would, even just a simple thunderstorm, I would just hide because I was just afraid of the lightning and the thunder, and I don't know why. But it actually, from that fear came a fascination, and that day, April 3rd of 74, led me to this. And just a lifelong fascination with storms. No longer afraid, of course, but concerned that, we could often see that again, and it has happened again. It did in 2011, as you'll recall. And today we have a severe weather threat of all days, the 44th anniversary of 74, the super outbreak. So, let's get to it. Yesterday's high, 53. That happened at 8 o'clock last evening because the temperatures have been rising since then, little by little. But that 53 degrees was still 13 degrees colder than our average high of 66. 41 was our low. That's 1 degree shy of the average of 42. 1 year ago, we had a high of 73 and a low of 40. Back in 2017. And yesterday we picked up another 0.13 of an inch of rain to add to what we have so far for April. This is only the third day of the month, so we're at 0.28 of an inch. So things are going to get crazy today. First of all, it is going to be about the wind. Winds are already picking up from the south at 10 to 15, close to 20. But by this afternoon, we're going to have wind gusts and even some sustained winds of 30 to maybe 40 miles per hour with gusts of 45 to 50 with the approaching cold front. And so with that, our temperatures are going to continue to rise as that warm front makes its way through the area. Now, that warm front is touching off a few showers even this morning. These are mostly scattered showers, perhaps even a rumble of thunder, but we are not expecting any severe weather this morning or throughout much of the day. The main event is going to come in late this afternoon into this evening, as I'll pan out the timing here for you. So today we're going to call for a windy, warm day, only a 20% chance of a stray shower or two this morning with the lifting northward of that warm front. And as I mentioned, a high at 78 would not surprise me if somebody hits 80 for a high today. South winds 20, increasing to 40 miles per hour. A wind advisory is in effect through 10 o'clock this evening. Then as we get into, say, the 6 o'clock hour, and maybe even sooner than that to the west, we'll begin to see showers and thunderstorms lining up ahead of a strong cold front. Now, two things can happen. One, we could have a few isolated supercells develop out ahead of the main line. If we have enough daytime heating today, that's a possibility. If the atmosphere is not capped off by the warmth, that's something else that could happen. If it gets too warm, then those storms won't pop. We'll just wait for the front to come in about 8 o'clock or so. And I'm talking about the Bowling Green area. But we could see, one of the scenarios is that we could see a few individual cellular type thunderstorms, and some of those could become supercellular. Cellular. I always have trouble with that word. But anyway, if that happens, then those could be tornado producers. And so there is a 5 to 10% chance that we could see a few brief tornadoes out ahead of the main line as it comes in this evening. But that could start happening right after, say, 6 o'clock to the west of Bowling Green, west of I-65. And then we're expecting that squall line of strong to severe storms to roll through Bowling Green about 8 p.m. That could be adjusted later today based on how fast this thing is moving. But we'll say, in general, it should move through Bowling Green about 8 and then be east of I-65 about 9, 10 o'clock over towards, say, the Campbellsville area and Adair County, Russell County, east of I-65 and along the Cumberland Parkway. So we have a window there from about 6 p.m. to about 10 p.m. this evening for the immediate WBKO viewing area, in which we could have some issues with the potential for damaging wind, large hail, and even a few tornadoes. We're under a level 3 enhanced risk for that to happen from the Storm Prediction Center. So I've just posted a video of that on the new weather app. I suggest you get the new weather app before this evening. You can go to the Apple Store if you have an iPhone, or Google Play if you have an Android phone, and just search WBKO weather. Make sure you put the word weather in there, and you'll see a new app. It's a red, white, and blue 13 weather logo, First Alert Weather. That's the new app. And it has hourly updates. It will give you a much greater detailed radar. It gives you a lot more flexibility than the regular WBKO News app, which also has weather on it. But you can also set this one up to do push alerts to your phone. You can be a little more specific with it. We post videos. I've already posted a video this morning. We call them 60-second GoCasts, because in our research we have found short is better, short and sweet. So we try to keep everything 60 seconds or less. And then if there's severe weather, you'll get all the notifications. You'll get a lot of that information that'll pop up in that app, that brand new weather app. So give it a try. We're still, this is going to be a good run, a good test for this app. This will be the first severe weather event that we get to use it and get to see if it's going to work the way we want it to. So I would just keep both apps up and running this evening. Make sure that you've got a push alert set for your county, and also make sure your NOAA weather radio is working. For those of you that say, well, I don't live near an outdoor warning siren, or I can't hear the sirens, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. Sirens are made for people already outdoors. That's it. If you happen to hear one inside, consider it a bonus, but don't always count on that. Sirens outdoors are for people outdoors, nothing else. That's why we say get a weather radio. That's your indoor warning siren, okay? I don't know why I'm telling this to my podcasters. You guys get it. You already know this, but tell somebody who's I can't hear the sirens. Sirens aren't loud enough. They need to put one in my backyard. No, you don't want that. Tell them why they don't want that. Get them a weather radio with an indoor siren. help them out, please. Help me do my job. Some people are just, I don't understand why I can't have a siren. You don't want one. Believe me, I live 100 yards from one, and it's nice to have it there, but I don't count on it. I count on my weather radio and my apps, and of course, everything that we push out here, that's what you should count on. The indoor stuff, the stuff that's on your person, your phone, in your home. Don't count on that outdoor stuff. Sometimes they fail. Sometimes other stuff can fail too, but that's why we always say have 2 or 3 different ways to get your information. Okay? So, after all the thunderstorms and the severe weather this evening, everything dies down quickly, like after midnight, and it's gone. Then the cold air takes over, and we're going to get down to 38. We're going to go from 78 to 38 in a matter of hours. Wednesday, mostly sunny, cooler, colder actually, 50, near 50, breezy. Thursday, mostly sunny, 60. Another front comes in on Friday with a chance of showers and 58, but as temperatures fall, I can't believe I'm even saying this. As we get down to 33, Friday night, some of that rain could mix with or change over to some wet snow. I hate to even say it, but I did. There you go. And maybe even some flurries early Saturday morning before we warm back to 50. I know. It is what it is. And then a better chance of showers and thunderstorms late Saturday with a high of 60. Then we warm to 65 on Monday with a chance of showers. But again, severe weather threat coming in. And in a window from about 6 to 10 p.m. Across southern Kentucky from west to east, right over 65 in the Bowling Green area about 8 o'clock this evening is when to really pay attention to what's going on. In the meantime, know the weather before it knows you. Have a great day. I'll see you live at 5:30 on AM Kentucky, 11 a.m. on midday. Streaming live to the WBKO app and WBKO.com and the new WBKO weather app, as mentioned. Later today, join me for my radio show, Classic Hits, Sam 100.7 between 3 and 7 p.m. and online anywhere, anytime at bowlinggreensam.com.